started.
It was a project that always meant something to me, and then the opportunity to do it with stop motion, black and white, sort of expand on it, and other kids and other monsters, other characters. It just seemed like the right medium and the project. So even though it's revisiting something that did a long time ago, it feels new and special. There's always characters that I had sort of had. Sometimes you do characters you don't know what it fits into. So there was always some little characters that is kind of playing around, and also just going back. There's not only the thing with the boys, but going back to school and remember some of the kids that I remember in school and some of your teachers and things. So it was a way to kind of, and also like growing up in those kind of universal horror films. I was also a fan of when they do like House of Frankenstein or House of Dracula, they kind of Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, they kind of combine them together. So a lot of it had to do with those kind of things that I love.
Well, no, it's amazing, because I wish my family treated me like that. Walking in the door, nobody says anything, so it's nice. That sort of thing. No, I remember coming to this like back in the late 70s. It was at the Holiday Inn, in San Diego. So it is amazing what it's. I think it's when you're young, it's the first kind of pure relationship you have. You have to have a pet that you love, and it's something that's like connects right to your heart. And I think that's the thing. And I was lucky enough to have a special pet that I had that kind of relationship with. So the whole sort of Frankenstein elements kind of wish fulfillment in that kind of way. And I always found those movies like Frankenstein quite emotional. So it seemed like a fairly natural connection to combine the two.
I think the first black and white animated feature ever. I cannot say that. It's great. It's an insane way to make a movie. I've never made a stop motion movie before. That's why Allison's here, because she's become the master of movies like Corpse Bride and That's Picture Fox. But it's terrific. It's particularly terrific to work with him and to be able to support him in his storytelling, and he also becomes a magnet for talent. So for people like Rick Heinrich to join us, John August, our writer, and kind of crew of animators that just migrates to these projects, it's really exciting as a producer to see that, because everyone wants to help tell the story and put something special on the screen. And to me, stop motion animation is extraordinary because you see the hand of the artist, which is, as much as I love CG animation and other forms of animation, it's what I absolutely love about this art form. You can actually see and feel the artist and touch and feel their work. So it's been a great experience.
Well, I think I've had enough of me for a while. After this one, I take a little bit of a rest. Like I said, for me, this one is such a special project, and so I'm just going to sort of take the time to enjoy that and try to nurture that and see this release. Well, it's I recall back to when we were doing that, and how worried they were all that it was too dark. Now it was like a lighthearted romp, Batman on ice, But it's interesting because it was such a kind of a struggle to kind of get that at the time. But, and animation, I do love stop motion. These things always take time to get done. It's a rarefied medium, and people kind of slightly lost art form, although there's more being done now than there was in the past. And there's something that's so beautiful about it, and just be able to touch and feel the puppets and move them. It's something magical about it. You kind of wish everybody could kind of experience it, because it's hard to talk about it. It's like if you felt these things, and just the intricacy of the movement and all this, it's quite a beautiful art form.
I think it's amazing. I absolutely love everything about it, because for me it's something completely different, because I do theatrical as well, and I have done other just animation, but having it be a stop motion animation and also Tim Bертon animation, it's just wonderful for me. And I gotta admit, I did geek out when I said I was able to work with Mr. Bертon. And no.
Well, also it's great because he, somebody like Adam, it's like the animators really, appreciate it because it's like they like to put the person in it, and he's great.
Oh, I love Sleeping Beauty's cast.
That's still there.
I think it is.
I'm a space mountain man myself. I do know the Haunted Mansion that was such an honor because it's like I grew up with that, loving the Haunted Mansion, and so that they turned it into that was a real amazing thing for me. I mean, like it's like one of those weird dream come true kind of things. So that was a very special moment for me. It's exciting. I prefer to like I'm one of those people that would rather like just show a movie than talk about it because it's like there's something about that's why you do it is to let people see it and not hear too much about it and stuff. So I'm more of a fan of just doing the work and letting it hopefully speak for itself. Well, I mean, it was a real pleasure to do Black and White, and that was part of the reason we wanted to do it. I mean, any stop motion film is interesting. I mean, this, we had a slightly smaller crew on this than we usually do because, we wanted to kind of show the stop motion, but I think with the incorporated, the puppets were so good, a lot of people done computer animation. So we just sort of went back and did it a little bit more low tech, and so that you felt the stop motion. But yeah, when you see the stuff, and you see the details, and you see everything, I mean, it's beautiful. It's like its own art form. So, but any stop motion, I guess.
I think this one might feel that way because it's referential to things that you're familiar with. So you're looking at stuff that's from sort of the early 70s, and you've seen, maybe glass scrapes on the coffee table before. I know we've seen this big field. It's really special. So I think that.
Yeah. And also the black and white draws out textures more. It's interesting. That's why it makes you feel a bit more emotional. It makes you feel like you're there. It does a strange thing, which is hard to put into words, but it definitely affects, the way we watch it. Technology is a bit, but it's still the same. It goes back to the beginning of cinema. I mean, it's a technique that still basically is an animator moving a puppet, 24 frames per second. So that's, I think, why we all love it. As much as technology can do anything, there's just something about going back to the simplicity of that and the sort of excitement. As soon as we move it, then you see it come to life, and it's just very magical. And like I said, it's a form that you keep coming back to because of that reason.
In the back.
Yeah, just the idea of seeing black and white in 3D was something that I really was interested in, and we were interested in because, obviously I talk about 3D, it's too dark, it's too muddy, it's this, it's that. And this was an opportunity to kind of, do it with the black and white, trying to keep it crisp and trying to keep it the shadows and dark. And I mean, it was a real, when I watch it, I love it because you see things in a different way. So yeah, the idea of stop motion, black and white 3D seemed like a really good second combination for us. Do new things in space? Yeah, I hope so. I think a lot of things that get inspired early in your life, and I mean, hopefully you keep getting inspired. But it's those early inspirations. I don't think they ever really leave you. I mean, you kind of the first time you experience something is usually the most intense and most thing that you remember the most. So it's not like I'm feel like I have arrested development and we'll be exploring that. It's just those are the kind of things that had the most impact and still stay with you. So, but yeah, you try to get inspired every day. I mean, it's important to constantly be surprised.
Thanks, everybody. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for.
Thank you, guys.